The Justice Department recently indicting a North Korean hacker who tried to infiltrate NASA and military sites, and now a top digital security firm learning one of its remote workers was actually a North Korean hacker after he infected his company laptop with malware. Correspondent Rich McHugh is live. So, Rich, luckily that company was able to catch the hacker.
This is totally a cautionary tale. This is about the last company you'd expect to fall victim to this. The company is a digital security company. They're called KnowBe4, but the bottom line, it shows just how North Korean hackers are trying to exploit remote IT jobs to get inside U.S. companies. In this case, fortunately, they called in the FBI and they were able to mitigate the threat. I spoke with Brian Jack. He's the Chief Information Security Officer at the company, and asked how in the world did they do this? Take a look.
So in this case, the individual had used a stolen identity of a U.S. citizen to pose as someone with a legitimate work background. They had listed tenures for several years at very big tech companies. The social security number and ID provided passed background checks. They passed a criminal background check because it was a stolen identity. It wasn't actually the person we were talking to. They had swapped the picture on the ID, and we had no way of telling that. Their story was extremely believable. They passed the interviews with flying colors.
The interviews, they did 4 interviews, to be clear. So a lot of people don't realize that this is a thing, and this is actually a pretty serious threat because these workers, they are out there. There's hundreds, if not thousands of them currently working at tech companies, Fortune 500 companies that they're not discovered yet right now across the United States. That is what the intelligence folks are telling us. In May, the Department of Justice arrested an Arizona woman for participating in an elaborate fraud scheme to help dozens of foreign IT workers pose as Americans, help them get hired by major American companies, and send millions in revenue back to the North Korean regime. Last week, U.S. announced a $10 million indictment against another North Korean hacker trying to infiltrate hospitals, NASA, and military sites. Michael Barnhart, known as Barney in the industry, is a former U.S. cyber security official with Mandiant, now a part of Google. He was one of those who came in to help. Take a look.
Based on the volume we're seeing, they're at Fortune 500 companies all over the world. They put on personas. The volume is staggering. On average, one IT worker can be running 7 different personas at 7 different companies, and even referring themselves at the same company, bumping that number up even more. So one house of 10 people can easily run up to 80 different paychecks coming in. And those IT workers and those setups are all over the world, many of them in near North Korea and kind of the neighboring regions. But the volume and just how they're even using automation and AI to bump up and force multiply is very big as well.
Now, both of these gentlemen said, look, when you're hiring these remote IT workers, it sounds obvious, but more scrutiny, more due diligence is needed. Otherwise, you're going to keep hiring people that you may not want to. In this case, it's North Korean hackers.
Yeah.
Nicole?
All right, Rich McHugh, thank you.